Hi, I'm Peter Birch and welcome to today's show where I'm going to take you through an epic cage build I did just for these beautiful, iconic Australian pythons, the rough scale pythons. Thanks for watching CrittaCam. Why the fascination for the rough scale python? It's very simple. Up until a few years ago, these beautiful animals, they were known from specimens in the museum that made its way into Cogger's book, the Bible of reptiles in Australia, and that was basically it. It was thought to be extinct up until early 2000, when a small number of these animals, being 3 males and 2 females, were captured under permit, brought into captivity on a breeding purpose. These animals were very successfully bred in captivity. The numbers reached to about 71 offspring by the year 2012, and I can tell you, the numbers are still growing today. They're a very beautiful creature. I mean, they've got a very distinct angular head, very large teeth for any python species, especially Australian pythons. And I mean, look at that gorgeous face. How could you not fall in love with it? So this is where it all began. This is my next creation, hopefully in the chain of things, but this is where it started. Basically, I've had these 2 empty voids in my life, and I've been staring at them for years, working out exactly what I'm going to do. And once I got the plan in my head, I just had to execute it, find the right material and execute it in a way that was going to work very efficiently for the particular types of animals that I wanted to stick inside this enclosure. So the vision was very clear. I wanted to make it look like we were amongst the rocks and amongst the tree stumps. So I had to go and find these magnificent trees. So I really wanted to have the realistic look of the sides of the trees being an enclosure. How would you do that without dragging a huge log? Well, you splice it off. So basically, you cut a cross section of the log off, removing 3/4 of the log, leaving the last quarter or even a fifth of the log with all the texture, all the character of the actual tree stump. We then covered it in a water-based clear membrane to protect it so it stopped breaking down and made it easy to clean. So when the snakes did defecate on it, we can clean it off and make it nice and easy. But man, I tell you what, that was the key or a cornerstone part of the project. So here it is, the finished product. Look at that. All the texture and that clear colour brings out the depth of the colours. So how do you find the best realistic vines? I tell you how. I go out into my own backyard, into the rainforest and source them. That's right, naturally sourced rainforest vines that are so realistic it'll blow your mind because they are 100% real. I mean, look at that. There's nothing that can be simulated to look exactly like this. They're absolutely gorgeous. So in these enclosures, I guess what you're asking is what's in here? Well, we have this beautiful universal rock background. Basically, the background goes right across the back of the enclosure and wraps around the 2 sides. Then what we did is we put 2 of these big tree stumps on either side. This one here and the one on the opposite side, tucked around the corner. There's a little hidey hole in the top there. The hidey hole allows the snakes to go up through the hidey hole into a hide box. That's pretty cool. Allows them to get away if they need to get away, because sometimes snakes need to get away. Maybe not for a holiday, but get away. So in this here whole enclosure, how do I heat it? I guess most people are asking. How do you heat such a huge enclosure? Well, it's very simple. I don't heat the huge enclosure. I put 2 heated areas in the enclosure where the snakes will come and bask. So what I've done is these ledges here that protrude out from the background actually have heat cords inside them. So this one here and the other one that's over here both have heat cords in them, allowing the snakes to come out, bask in full view of us so we can see the animals and take great joy in watching them. That's how they're going to get all their heat to naturally digest and do their thing. So to set off the enclosure, what we had to concentrate on, or remember, is that all things that are above will eventually come down. So we're talking about urates and feces. So there's a waterproof membrane on the bottom here, underneath all this natural leaf litter to help protect the timber floor and make it easy to clean. Now, lots of nice deep leaf litter so the animals can do things in nature that we typically won't see. I noticed when I was keeping leaf litter in some of my diamond python enclosures, the animals would get down, jiggle down amongst the leaf litter and sometimes coil up and just bask under the leaf litter, which is crazy, but that's what they did. They come out in hot days, cold days, and did all sorts of cool stuff. So that's what I'm hoping to find and see, find out some new natural behaviours. Some magnificent fake plants, fake, easy to clean and wash, and add a little bit of colour to the enclosure. So the hide box, this thing here, this gigantic monster. Look at that. It's a beast. So there's a hole in the hide box, obviously, that allows the animals to transition from inside the hide box through the wall and out of the branch, out into the full view for all of us to enjoy. The lid opens up, and the hope is obviously that one day we're going to open this box and see a rough scale python sitting on eggs, nestled on eggs inside this cozy little hide box. That's the hope. And then I'm going to let her maternally incubate those babies, and that's going to be the best feeling ever. So what we've got is the lights. These lights serve no other purpose than for lighting purposes only. So no heating. Remember, all the heating is in these big rocks, these big basking ledges. Like all things these days can be controlled with a smartphone. Absolutely amazing. We're talking about brightness, which is pretty cool. But more importantly, guys, let's get into the mood. Let's get into the mood. And this is how these guys will be in this magnificent cage. Oh, absolutely amazing. The only thing missing at the moment is the beautiful animals that are going in. And we're going to put them in today. The first time ever. I'm absolutely excited.
Speechless.
Yes. Most people know I love my rough scale pythons. I've kept them for a while, and I've bred them a few times. I've even allowed them to maternally incubate their own eggs, which is an absolute pleasure to watch. But today, these guys are going into their new enclosure, and I can't wait to see what they do. And last but not least, this guy here, he's in the shed. And I tell you what, how many did I put in there, guys? I'll let you guys have a guess how many are in this enclosure now. But I tell you what, this guy here was so excited. He was more excited than me. He actually pooped his pants and he's pooped on the ground. So we'll be seeing exactly how good this cage is to clean out very shortly. Man, I tell you what, I hope you guys enjoyed this week's show. Make sure you hit me up on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit the subscription button to keep up to date with some more cool shows. Thanks so much for watching, guys.
What are they watching?